Hello and welcome to another episode of Nonsense Review. And today, well, you guys know what we're doing. We're doing the same thing we've been doing for the last 2 weeks, and that is continuing our journey with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But before we crack on, Rick, my dude, how was your week?
Well, this is the first week of a slightly less strict lockdown, so we've been seeing people that we haven't seen in a long ass time. So it's been very nice for social and an absolute nightmare for being the country's major super spreader event, because Christmas Day was one day. This is a whole week. How about you?
I was expecting more fun things to come from you, but you have to start with such a dour note, you bastard.
Well, I got to see some very beloved family members and family friends, but, you know, everyone has to deal with this spike that's going to come in now.
I mean, in theory, if everybody did everything correctly and adhered to, common sense... Oh, it's the British public. I don't even know why I'm making this argument.
It's the first time that people have seen each other in a while. I have absolutely zero confidence that alcohol won't be involved, and I have less than zero confidence that people's judgment gets better with said alcohol.
I mean, I'm not going to grass anyone up because I'm not a dick, but I think we all know people who have just not given a fuck during the entire lockdown period anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on. My week has been fun and filled with shenanigans. I've done a few things, is what I mean to say. Monster Hunter Rise came out. I got bullied into buying it. No, that's a joke.
Yes.
I got convinced to buy it. It looks good, it looks fun, and it is fun. I've enjoyed it. I look forward to fighting some proper enemies. So far, so forth. I fought a Baroth and embarrassingly got my arse ripped, which sucks, because in Monster Hunter World, that monster was nothing.
I know, right? It was like the second monster. Like, even the Pooh Babby enemies are actually still pretty fun.
Yeah, I know, it's just, I want my Baroth armor. I want to look big and bulky and intimidating, because I have a fragile ego.
I'm just smiling and nodding, because I remember you wearing it in World, and being a big dick OG with your big ass hammer and armor to match, and we're still in the formative steps with the new game, but yeah, it's something that will happen, just not on day zero.
Yeah, and we're probably going to be talking about it for the next couple of weeks on the podcast, so that'll be fun for you guys who don't give a fuck about Monster Hunter. But yeah, other than that, a TV show dropped on Netflix, which I started, and is actually reasonably funny. I don't mind it. I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but I've only watched the first episode. It's the new Kevin James thing.
Okay.
It follows a NASCAR team, and the first episode, it makes fun of both boomers and millennials, so everyone gets shit on, so that's fun.
As should be the way.
Yeah. Like, the jokes against boomers are funny. I think even if you're from that generation, you'll be like, yeah, fair enough. But likewise, my generation gets taken the piss out of, and I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
We do love our avocado toast.
No one likes avocado toast, only ponces. That's not the right word, but knobheads. But yeah, some trailers dropped, which were very interesting. 2 different trailers for Suicide Squad have dropped, and man, am I excited for that film now.
Man, King Shark always makes me excited.
I was really, really disappointed that he didn't go King Shark is a shark in the trailer, but he had the moment with the hands, so I'm happy. I wonder if they'll get Bender to voice him, because he tends to voice him in the cartoons.
Usually, but not in the most recent ones. In the most recent one with Kaylee Cuoco, it's someone else, and he's also not the traditional King Shark. He's more of a intelligent hacker who happens to have been recruited for his muscle.
You're talking about the Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy show, right?
Yeah, I adore that show.
You see, when I think of King Shark, I don't think of that show. I think of every single movie he's been in.
Yeah.
in the movies, it's Bender who voices him pretty much exclusively. But TV series, I imagine his schedule is a bit more busy on the day-to-day.
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
One final thing I did this week. Godzilla vs. King Kong came out.
Yes, it did.
I watched Godzilla vs. King Kong on day one because fuck the system. No, I paid... I sold my soul to Amazon and I paid the $15.99 to watch it, and it was worth every penny. Go watch that movie if you like Godzilla or King Kong. I won't spoil anything, but damn, it doesn't matter what side you support, you're going to enjoy that film.
Even if you support the secret third side, which was spoiled in the trailer.
I don't think it was in the trailer. I think Chris V saw something different, because I watched the trailers as they came out and I didn't see a hint of that character. The only reason I knew that character was happening is because the toys got leaked.
Yeah, and that character always tends to happen.
Yeah, but never before in the West. But then again, this is the first, the MonsterVerse film is the first time Godzilla's been handled well by a Western studio, which thank fucking Lord Christ.
Yeah. Didn't they have the gag of the little Godzilla shows up.
In 1998, when Godzilla got given to a Western studio the first time, they did such a piss-poor job that Toho Studios made another Godzilla film, and in that film, there's a throwaway line of two Japanese fellas talking, going, "Hey, didn't New York suffer a Godzilla attack not too long ago?" At which point the other person just goes, "Oh no, they thought it was Godzilla, but it was much too small, weak, and pathetic." So basically completely buried. And yeah, it wasn't King of Monsters, it was called something different, the Japanese one. Godzilla kills the American Godzilla in like 2 seconds, and they don't refer to it as Godzilla, it's just called a Zilla. It's like, Japan did not approve of that anything from that movie at all.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, I can see why they wouldn't approve.
I mean, it was a disaster in every sense of the word. It had some cool toys, but, you know, as someone who would have been 6 at the time, that's probably all I cared about. I shouldn't have seen that movie, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that movie... Like, if a Godzilla film is a 12, there's a problem.
Then again, even the original deals with some heavy stuff.
Well, the original is literally like, hey, nuclear shit is bad, do not do. But the original is literally, hey, guess what? Nuclear power, nuclear forces in general shouldn't be fucked with.
Yeah, yeah.
And the allegory we've chosen is this giant destructive dinosaur because it's cool.
Yeah, with atom breath. And you can see how cool the atom breath is, but also how horrifying it is to be stood in its way.
Yeah. Dude, we've got to do an old Godzilla film for the podcast one time. I've got Godzilla vs. Megalon is the go-to for funny. But yeah, Godzilla vs. King Kong was good. Go see it. If you want me to rate it with the other films in the trilogy, it's better than the first one. It's not as good as King of the Monsters, but King of the Monsters has Ghidorah in it, so it stood no fucking chance. Alrighty, that was my week. Like I said, busy.
Yeah, so we'll dive into episode 3, The Power Broker.
Okay, Rick, do you want to count us in?
Yep, so those of us wanting to watch at home, it's 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good old Disney logo. I feel the need to say it every time just so people know I've actually pressed play. The recap. This is time for us to shoot shit.
The recap.
You're fired.
I know.
Oh, wow, that's a problem. What's going on here? My subtitles are underneath my taskbar. What the fuck?
That is weird.
I'm going to full screen it and see if that fixes the problem. There we go. Oh, Jesus Christ, Desire. That's really depressing. Still.
It is. Because not only did they put him in jail, they were just using him as a test subject the entire time.
I mean, I read up a little bit about Isaiah, because I'd never fucking heard of that character. And...
Yeah.
The backstory is quite fucked up. I want to say it was the CIA, because it's usually them, where they did that shit where they introduced syphilis into the black population of America, because fuck them, I guess. Well, essentially, Isaiah was part of a project that was very similar, but like they just took black people off the street and injected them with shit, hoping it would work. So...
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a bit...
That's exactly the kind of thing you can see the CIA doing, that's the problem.
I mean, they did. It wasn't super soldier serum, it was much more nefarious shit, but, you know...
Yeah, but what I mean is, I can see them doing it with different things and seeing what happens, rather than trying it with one thing to do the thing that they're trying to do.
Yeah. But yeah, tragic character. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. Oh, cool, we're getting a propaganda movie.
Ah, yeah, good old propaganda. The Global Repatriation Council.
Oh, it's too real. This is exactly what a government fucking propaganda film would look like.
It reminds me of when Disneyland reopened and it just showed a bunch of cast members on minimum wage in their masks pretending to look like they're smiling and while they're waving at people.
I mean, it didn't look as forced as you're making it sound that it sounded, you know?
I know, right? We're still here, please come and spend money at us.
Dude, I've been browsing a lot of Marvel memes because I browse Reddit a fuck ton. And someone pointed out that this motherfucker looks different every single time you look at him.
Yeah. So, I also looked up a couple of little background things, and apparently Battlestar, as in John Walker Cap's Bucky, was originally called Bucky, but they found out that Buck was a a derogatory term for a slave. So he stopped using the term Bucky.
Oh.
They skipped immediately to calling him Battlestar in this version.
I mean, that's fair.
Yep.
This is the first time we've seen him snap.
Yep.
Although we kind of already knew that he was a dick, but because you know, we're watching as outside observers from the universe.
Mm-hmm.
If someone spat at Steve Rogers, he would not act like that. He'd probably not be very happy, but he would not, you know, not the Steve Rogers from the MCU anyway. There's some incarnations of Cap in the comics that are a bit weird.
He'd probably bring up the kind of, son, just don't kind of attitude that he's had in the past.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this conversation so goddamn much.
Looks like they're both trying the same clandestine, underhanded thing, so it seems.
We're going to cut to him punching him or something?
Yeah, Zemo's the one from Cap 3, isn't it? The one who...
He's the one who T'Challa wanted to kill.
Yeah, he's the Hydra fanboy, not the one that got turned into a computer.
Well, we went over that when we saw his face at the end. It was like, oh, this is a different person to who I was thinking of.
Yeah, the fact that he has a head and a body.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made him a Sokovian national in the MCU. Trying to trigger him.
He doesn't look as cool with short hair.
He doesn't. Yeah, he looked way better as a Lucius Malfoy clone.
That's not what he looked like.
You had my interest, now you have my attention.
It's a pretty safe bet, though, let's be honest.
Normally a pretty safe bet.
I think Sam in this case is entirely correct.
He's absolutely correct. He's getting played like a fiddle. Thing is, the Wakandans are surprisingly okay with it.
I mean, they're not, though. Just because they're not in it doesn't mean they're okay with anything.
Well, they're okay enough with the fact that he was framed to still help him out and repair his brain.
Yeah, but the thing what they mean is they're not going to be okay with them breaking this motherfucker out, the motherfucker who's behind the murder of their king. That's what Sam's referring to. Did you get what I'm saying?
True.
My god, that was such a delayed response, I was wondering if you dropped from the call.
I've been having internet issues, but that's a me problem.
It's really easy to forget that this guy knows shit. Because he so looks like he shouldn't be able to do this sort of thing. Oh, okay.
Just someone could use the chaos to their advantage.
For what it's worth, guys, I feel it's worth pointing out that one or both of us is having internet troubles right now. So if you hear long patches of silence, then that's probably us fucking around trying to fix it. So apologise in advance. Rick, quick test. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, so I can hear you, but I'm getting big-ass gaps in between obviously adjacent words.
Gotch.
If I may, no.
It's adorable that he thinks he has a say in this conversation.
I know, right? He looks so much more like a kid.
Who are you on about now?
Zemo.
I don't think that's true.
He looks way younger, though.
I don't think so. I disagree on that front. He looks old as fuck. He looks like he's been in jail for some time.
Yeah, but by the same token, he looks younger than maybe he should.
He might have been blipped.
Maybe so, maybe so.
Like, if you're blipped in prison, then you just come back in prison.
Yeah, but wouldn't it also be really shit to come back to the same cell that's been occupied by someone else?
Maybe. But they also might have had the common sense to, not have people occupy cells of blipped inmates.
Well, they had no idea no indication that anyone would ever be coming back.
They might have let everyone out of jail, because fuck it, who cares, half of everyone's gone. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Some prisons might have had just prisoners left in them.
Yeah, they might have had only prisoners and no guards.
My god, that man sounds as old as he looks.
Yeah, he does.
And yet still looks better than Prince Philip.
Yeah, I was going to say, he sounds even older than he looks.
Man, Sam has got the appropriate response for that shit.
Yeah.
It's so easy to forget that Sam and everyone who sided with Cap spent time in prison.
Yeah, they did.
Bucky is being so reasonable right now.
He is. He absolutely is. I like 40s music. I think Zemo's the only one that just calls him James.
Sorry. I just love Sam's reaction there. But yeah, sorry, what you're saying? My mind blanked.
I think Zemo's the only one that's calling Bucky James.
I mean, it's because Bucky was Cap's name from him, and everyone calls him Bucky because that's what Cap called him.
Yeah. But yeah, James Buchanan Barnes. Bit of a mouthful.
And the only other person I know named Buchanan was a guy from WWE called Steve Buchanan, and he was a dick.
Yeah. It's normally a surname, let's be honest.
Sorry, I tried to respond with a gob full of energy drink then. Not clever. I watched King Kong vs. Godzilla yesterday. Skull Island is a place. I get that reference, motherfuckers.
Pirate Sanctuary from the 1800s.
Yarr. Oh, cool. He's got to dress up like Winter Soldier, has he?
Yeah. Or at least act like him.
Latvia.
Yeah. Latvia, but not Latveria.
Yeah, that's why I got excited, because my brain, as soon as I said it, I went, no, wait, Latvia's a real place.
Yep.
But my brain was thinking Doctor Doom.
Man, Carly Morgenthau just makes me think of a really young Patty and Selma.
Oh, I don't know who you're referring to.
From The Simpsons with the giant puffy hair.
I know who Patty and Selma are. I meant the name you said.
Oh, okay. The person on screen right now.
Right, okay. I didn't know that was the actress's name.
Okay, no, that's the character's name.
I didn't know that was the character's name because I've not been paying. I mean, like, I've been paying attention, but not that much attention. You know what I mean? If you're not an established character and you've I know she's not even the antagonist really, because she's kind of neither antagonist or protagonist. It depends how you look at the situation, really.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I don't know her name. I know she's the boss of the not terrorist super soldier people. That's how I've internalized it.
Yeah. Yeah, she's the boss of Team Skull.
You can't call it Team Skull because I just think Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. They're built up to be bad guys, but they're actually not that bad, apparently.
Can we just shout out that Zemos was very not racist then?
Smiling tiger.
He just needs a bit of a bushier beard, just a little bit, and then he'd look pretty much identical.
Almost certainly.
High town and low town is the good way to generically describe the two places of town. This is where the rich sods live, this is where the dirt poor live.
Yep.
Generic, but it gets the point across, I suppose.
Zemo also gave no answer to "We have no friends in Hightown." The implication being that we don't, but he does.
I mean, it's Zemos. He probably has friends everywhere.
Yeah. If he didn't, he wouldn't be much of a villain.
No.
RGB face masks.
At the moment, I've got the bikes peeling off from the car. Are we still in sync?
Oh yeah, the bikes are just peeled off from the car, but when I said RGB face masks, it was actually just something reflecting off a face mask and not one that was actually RGB.
Oh, okay. Oh my days, I'm digging the music.
This looks so much like some kind of concept art.
Dude, it's Cyberpunk 2077, except, good.
Yeah.
Sorry, one guy who's a fan of that.
Yeah, it's every cyberpunk dystopian future concept art ever brought to life really well. Props to the scenery design.
It looks like leftover set stuff from Hawkeye's Vendetta mission in Japan in Endgame. Except, obviously, English and not kanji.
Well, some of it was Japanese.
Dedication to have tattoos like that.
Yeah.
It's risky, but it makes sense to just go with the usual. Okay, yeah, he shouldn't have gone for the usual. Oh, this is a real thing they do, and it's fucked, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Like drinking blood from a still beating heart of a snake, it's fucked up. No. I'll be $7 million. There you go. That's the way to do it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thumbs up. Oh, so the power broker runs operates here.
I mean, did you not see the big old graffiti outside? It said the power broker is watching.
No, no, I was like he's always watching, but it's one of those like him watching doesn't mean he's physically here.
No, I know, but I mean, it clearly means that the place is, you know, under his.
Like under his thumb, yeah.
Oh, it's just a metal arm, and yet it's so cool every time it comes into play.
Yep. We're back to Winter Soldier body language.
Oh, it's cool. There's no other way to describe it. It's just cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's just the metal arm, and yet the most visceral thing is when he kicks someone.
Maybe don't say that stuff to Sam. I like how Sam's got the wherewithal to know that, hey, even though he's just acting, it's still like you got to make sure he's not getting fucked by this. Man, the shift from electronic music to classical is quite jarring.
Yeah, there's still a human at the heart.
I wasn't expecting a woman, although I suppose the name was rather gender neutral. Oh, she's British, so she's got to be evil. Now, does that sound like real British, or does that sound like made up fucking poncy American English? I'm going to assume the long silence is because he can't hear me. Well then. Oh, I didn't have subtitles for like a minute and a half there, and I didn't realise.
Fair enough.
You didn't put your phone on silent, you muppet. Well, shit. Well. Oh, they almost got away with it. Oh, wow, wasn't expecting that.
Yep.
Now I'm curious who shot her.
1,000 bitcoins.
What's that, about $5?
Yeah.
Did he just say I can't run in these heels?
Yeah, because he has to be taller
Right.
for his for the persona that he's in.
I want to know who the fuck's helping these guys. Oh, I tell you what, it's probably fucking Captain America's team, isn't it? Oh no, it's this bitch.
Sharon Carter.
But she was rather easy to convince, wasn't she?
Yeah. Oh, so now they do have friends in Hightown.
Well, I assumed the two people covering them from the windows were like fucking from Fake Cap's team or something, but apparently not.
Yeah, they might have been from Team Carter, looks like.
That seems to be what it points towards. Like she had people defending her house and just hanging around, so she's got people here. Yo, it's really easy to forget how fucking jacked that motherfucker is.
Yeah, it is. Kind of awful now, yeah.
It's like she doesn't know how heroes work.
Well, she knows how heroes can get played.
Yeah, but just because they might get played doesn't mean they're gonna stop being heroes. Otherwise, the word hero no longer has merit.
Mm-hmm.
One of the flaws of most superheroes is that we must do the right thing, even if we get fucked over in the process.
Yeah. It's the standard question of to be lawful or good. Literally what you just said, though.
Curious to see if we're going to see anyone pop up in this party that is important. Oh, I hate this type of party.
I'm half expecting Jeff Goldblum to show up as a cameo.
No. Dude, I'm getting anxiety just watching this.
Nobody's distancing, nobody's wearing masks.
Well, I mean, even without counting that sort of stuff, like, I've been to places like this, and it's not my thing at all. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's too fucking warm, and you have to literally be inside people to slide past them to go for a piss.
Why'd you go to a club to get laid? Cool, great. Except here's the problem. I don't like people who like clubs, meaning there's nothing meaningful going to come from that, so who gives a shit?
Yeah, absolutely.
The last 3 times I went to clubs, I didn't even go for that. I just went and spent far too much money on drinks and got pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to get locked in there quite clearly.
Oh, yeah.
Why is one of you not standing between the door and the... Well, you know... I see Bucky's kind of there, but he's not so in the way that I can't see them just suddenly getting locked in.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Second door. Yep, second door is there.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say, I think you're a bit further ahead than me, but you're not. You were just speculating.
No, I could see the outline, 2 seconds ago.
Ah. Dude, it's so weird seeing Falcon just with a gun.
It wasn't there the first time you saw it, but, the second time you saw it, it was there, and then the third time you saw it, they opened it.
Okay. Oh, well, this is a lab.
Yeah, it is. What's the betting that he's experimented on himself, though?
I don't think so. Well, shit. That's good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He's a smart guy. That's actually more reasonable than most people tend to be.
Way more reasonable. It's also clearly buying time.
Well, there's that too. But, did you ever play L.A. Noire?
No, but I have seen the memes of the guy, press X to doubt.
Okay, well, the end of that game ends with, the good guys don't win, but they kind of do, because the way it gets resolved is, instead of the new DA going to jail, he just makes a better deal than what the other guys had before, and then that's how the problem gets solved.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm summarising it and also misremembering details, but that's basically the gist of it. Well, is that all it took? I know he's only a scientist and not a fighter man, but fucking a gunshot being fired next to you is enough to make you instantly start talking.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even get a bullet in his kneecap. Ah, of course, it's always the fucking CIA.
American test subject with semi-stable traces of serum in his system. Oh, I wonder who that was.
It was Isaiah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Because the CIA.
Mm-hmm.
I got blipped.
Yep.
Hmm. Oh, that's not as many as I feared there might be. Oh, she's fucked if she gets caught.
Yep.
That was the dude who got shot, right, during the... Oh, no, never mind. Seamus gonna shoot him.
Not my pig, not my farm.
Man, this woman's a badass.
Yes, she is. Well, she's the star of the Agent Carter show.
What, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
She got her own show.
You see, I'm not paid attention to any of that stuff, you see.
Okay, so she's either the daughter or the granddaughter of Peggy Carter.
Okay. Which means she's related to Steve, technically, kind of, maybe.
Potentially. She's either the adopted daughter or granddaughter of Steve, or the real daughter or granddaughter of Steve, depending on timey-wimey bullshit.
It depends on whether you... Yeah, knew that was happening. It depends on whether you subscribe to the theory of Steve coming back to the same timeline or going to a different one for his life with Peggy. I personally prefer that he went to the same one, but, you know...
It would be really nice if he did.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I choose to subscribe to it.
It's also a very real reason for Peggy not having given every single thing that she had to find him.
Yeah.
Because she didn't need to find him, she had him.
Mm-hmm.
And knew the reason to leave him where he was.
Yeah.
Well, to leave the other version of him where he was.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, I don't like how the sound effect for that about to blow up was just a kettle going off. I don't like generic gunfight scenes. They're kind of dull.
It's very corny.
Like, it's so silly because I love it when Bucky goes Bucky and starts beating people up with his fucking metal arm. But a gunfight, I couldn't give less of a fuck.
Yeah. That's the thing, like, we spoke about it the other day, well, the other episode, that there's something way more visceral about physical things like knives and punching.
I'm sorry, is that Zemos who just put the mask on?
I think it is, yeah, because I think that's the mask that he uses.
Like, they showed him picking it up way earlier, when they, broke him out.
Yeah, he's normally got a noseless purple mask as his general thing that he uses.
Oh my days, that was a cool visual. Him through the fire, I mean. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's so much cooler. That was fucking... Oh.
Brutal. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it is Zemos.
I've only just realised that he's had a shave.
Really? No one believes that. I hope she does get her pardon. Oh, excellent callback.
That's a very good callback. Can you move your seat? Nope.
Turn into Captain America, just like, I understood that reference.
Yep.
Man, she has got a very baby face, hasn't she?
Yeah, she does. Sorry for being quiet, it's plot time. Or rather, it's poignant time.
It's this is a weird scenario because this dude is trying to be considerate as fuck, but she knows that, like, if you've got a plan, you can't put it off for this sort of thing.
Yeah, the timer's running. Missing your cue is just going to be, like, a cavalcade of spanners in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly, it reminds me a little bit of the way they implemented Extremis into Iron Man 3.
I skipped that film.
Okay. They essentially gave a bunch of veterans with debilitating injuries their own super soldier serum that regenerated them. But it could also turn them into human bombs if it was overloaded.
Right. Like, I saw the trailer for Iron Man 3 and I went, that sounds cool. I waited a week, I got told the thing about the Mandarin and I went, cool, I'm not seeing that shit.
Yeah, you dodged a bullet.
I know. When we did the rewatch to catch Matt up
Yep.
to the fucking MCU, they said, oh, we're watching Iron Man 3, and I went, I'm not fucking watching Iron Man 3. I refuse. I also skipped Ant-Man 1 and 2.
There. Oh, her being told that she could be a teacher might be a call forward to their version of X-Men.
Maybe.
Just completely skipped Walker Cap and Hoskins' conversation there.
Dude, the subtitles are fucked because for some scenes they're just not on. Like I don't have subtitles now, and now all of a sudden they're back again. It's so weird and annoying as well. For what it's worth, the Walker scene seemed like they were planning to basically stop doing things by the government's way of doing it and just go into business for themselves. That's what it sounded like. It's hard to tell because I was trying to pay attention to you talking and the show. Disney Plus, sort out your fucking subtitles. Because they did this for The Mandalorian and all.
Weirdly, I'm okay with the mobile version, and it's Discord or some kind of internet issue that's messing my synchronicity up.
All right, now Falcon's talking about how he wanted to destroy the shield. Is that about where you're at?
Yeah. Falcon would rather see the shield destroyed than misused. Bucky very definitely wants to take it off New Cap himself.
Yeah. It's really interesting that he's actually kind of become a part of the team as opposed to being an outright antagonist.
Yeah, so within the space of an episode, it's entirely possible that it's his personal kind of mind game, but it was also kind of a thing that he wasn't actually that bad in the movie. He caused a lot of death, but it was for a cause.
I kind of get what you're saying, but I'm disagreeing on a fundamental level because,
Oh, yeah, like, it's very obvious that you should disagree with it because of the amount of death that he caused.
No, the only thing I'm saying is I'm surprised he's not more antagonistic. That's all I'm saying. Like, he is very definitely a bad guy. Oh, shit, okay. I thought the car blew up then, but it didn't. Never mind.
Yeah, I did. I totally did. I also... Yeah.
Oh, she's gone full-on fucking psychopath.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Okay. Even he's freaked out. Right, they're now full-on terrorists. Fuck them.
Yeah, they are.
Sam is rightfully concerned, and yet he's not concerned enough by not pressing. What the fuck is that?
Yep. Beep softly, so... I think it's one of Zemo's breadcrumbs. I think he's been dropping them, and I think Bucky is now, having noticed it and not bringing it up to Sam, is picking them up because he's the one that wants to keep Zemo on a leash, whereas Sam is the one who didn't want to deal with Zemo at all.
Which is definitely the better of the two options. But we know this as we're looking in from outside the universe. It wasn't Zemos. It looks like it was someone else. Because he's calling out to someone in the street, and we saw Zemos go into a building with Sam.
Yeah, it was someone else's, or so it would seem.
He's going to turn around, and it's going to reveal...
Yeah.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, it's Wakandan.
Oh, fuck's sake, that's the end! Shit! I wasn't... Oh, dick of a cliffhanger. Well, last time we had the cliffhanger of they're going to go see Zemos, and now we've got the cliffhanger of, hey, there's this Wakandan, and it's not exactly difficult to know what they want.
Yep.
But yeah, Well, we're on the pretty fancy credits, as I like to call them at the moment.
However, we did see with it that the episode was longer than the previous one, so we're waiting through the fancy credits just to see if there is a post-credits scene.
I mean, we always watch the fancy credits.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's the law.
This is the way.
I was basically going to say, again, I apologise for what is probably going to be a bunch of lengthy, quiet periods, because we had some real Discord internet troubles. There was multiple times where I went, Rick, can you hear me? And then I got nothing in response, so I can only assume that at that time we had no communication. So, yeah. If there's also awkward moments that we're not even going to find out about until I edit the damn thing together, where Rick will say something waiting for a response and he won't get one because I didn't know he was talking and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the worst thing is, it's completely fine now.
Yeah. But yeah. Good episode so far.
Also, we didn't get as much time looking at Walker Cap's face and wanting to punch it.
Yeah, except, like, again, I think this episode's the first one that's outright shown, hey, guess what, new Cap is not Cap.
Yeah, he's not perfect. As I said, to be lawful or good, he's very definitely on the lawful side.
Well, one of the flaws he has in the comic books, if I recall, is he's patriotic like Cap, but he's patriotic in the wrong way. He's more the patriotic of, hey, get out my country, you're not American.
Yep.
But yeah, it looks like we're done with the fancy credits, so I'm just going to do a quick little thing over the preview, and yeah, we've got 4 minutes left of credits, and it's just names, and it's all fucking heads of visual, and then we get to Spanish, and it's, oh, there you go, go watch WandaVision has just come up, so we're good on that front, so I'm going to close.
Gotcha. Sweet.
Man, during that however long we've been recording for just over an hour now, I've been bombarded with messages on Skype and Discord, and it's like, go away, you're distracting me, damn it.
Yeah, that's why I normally put myself on Do Not Disturb.
I mean, I'm currently on Do Not Disturb. It was just because I went full screen for the viewing. It got rid of my taskbar, which has Discord and the Skype stuff on.
Yeah, and Windows goes, oh, here's the things you may have missed while you were in full screen mode.
Yeah, it's a dick like that, isn't it?
Yeah, we saved these notifications for you on your behalf. We don't care that you put yourself on Do Not Disturb. That's not part of the program that's here saving your notifications for later.
Hey, Cortana, fuck off. Moving on. That episode, a lot happened.
Yeah, it's a perfect instance of escalation. I think the character development of Zemo from bargaining to slotting into the Ursat's team was a very interesting set of developments, and it was nice to see it happening kind of semi-organically when in multiple situations he essentially had free reign to just cut and run, and he just chose not to.
I think the main reason he didn't cut and run at all is he is also curious enough to be like, I want to have a meeting with this person, and the best way for me to do that is to have these two fucking muscle men helping me out.
Option C is he knows about the Wakandans and knows that Bucky is his best defense against them.
It's weird, isn't it? Because I'm actually kind of curious. Do you think if Chadwick did pass away early, that wouldn't have been a random Wakandan woman, and that would have just been straight up Panther?
It might have been.
Because if that were the case, I'd have freaked out even more. Because it's weird, because in the MCU, I don't really care that much about Black Panther, but in the comic books, when he's, there's the whole storyline of him being married to Storm pretty much exclusively, and I like Storm, which means by proxy I like Black Panther. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So he's as a character, he's a very good plot device. He's a plot tool rather than a plot driver. So he gets things happening to him and around him, and the things that he does are normally based on things that happen to him and around him rather than things that he needs to do for himself.
Well, shit, do you remember sorry, I'm going off topic a little bit now, but fuck it, who cares? It's our podcast, we'll do what we want. Do you remember the Avengers versus X-Men?
I remember that it took place. I don't remember a lot from the comics themselves.
It's actually a really good fucking comic run. I've got the big old fucking graphic novel collection of all the comics, and it's a good read. I recommend it to anyone. It's actually pretty decent. Like, a lot of the keynotes are a bit like wishy-washy, but what do you expect from a crossover event? But when it's all said and done, and spoilers, I guess, you've got them dealing with the aftermath all over the world, because it was quite a fucked up conflict, as any conflict involving the fucking Phoenix Force ends up being. But you've got T'Challa helping clean up devastation that's happened in Wakanda, and Storm comes up to him, and Storm starts apologizing, and Black Panther just says, yeah, the High Priest of Wakanda has officially annulled our marriage, leave me alone. And Storm just goes, yeah, but you're the High Priest of Wakanda. And he's like, yeah, I know. The conflict was so fucked up, it ended Storm and Black Panther's relationship.
So I didn't realize that Black Panther himself was the High Priest.
Yeah, that's the joke, sort of.
Yeah, that's kind of like impersonally petty.
Yeah, but like you need to read the comic book run. It makes perfect sense because what they did was fucked.
Yeah, fair enough. I remember as an outsider looking in, it was basically a compilation of Everyone Hates Scott Summers.
Listen, like, I'm gonna take a line stolen from one super best friend's play, and that is, if you have a friend who likes Cyclops, you have a bad friend. No one should like Cyclops. He is the epitome of a shit human. He's a nice guy. That's what it is.
Yeah. He's basically he's Walker Cat before Walker Cat. He does the things that he thinks are the things that need to be done, and he's the kind of leader who needs to say that he's the leader all the time, because that's not what makes a good leader, but he thinks he needs to reiterate it.
I get what you're saying, but I think the comparison between him and Walker Cap is a bad one, because Cyclops is much, much worse.
Oh, yeah, but only because you only get to see a limited amount of Walker Cat before he's dealt with in the comics, and I assume in this as well eventually. We've got 3 episodes to go.
It's one of those weird things where I'm pretty sure he becomes a permanent member of Steve's adversaries.
Yeah, Yeah, then it's one of those things that I can kind of see them giving him an actual heel face turn in this, by giving him some character development. If he willingly gives up the shield and the mantle, then I can see that being his actual turning point of becoming an actual hero.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, though.
No. It's not in the characterization that we've seen. However, it's possible that his faith in his patriotism may be shaken by a series of things that may happen over the course of the next 3 episodes. Like, fuck, I was not expecting Zemo to come so quietly.
Yeah, but again, like, the more we've seen of Zemos working with them, it's quite clear that he has an ulterior motive.
Yeah, he does. See you all next time.
Okay, for what it's worth, guys, I don't know if Discord's still working or not, but this is my brief outro. Sorry we couldn't talk more in the post of the episode, but hopefully issues will be fixed. Like, I blame internet, so yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully we'll see you all next week.
I'm just waiting for the internet to catch up. There we go. Goodbye, everybody.